Now, what is possessive? The possessive answer the question whose. Now, possessive means ownership. So, when something is of yours, you say that thing is, I possess that thing. That means you are the owner of that thing. So, the possessive answer the question whose. It does not only denote possession but also denote authorship, origin, kind, etc. What are the examples? Shakespeare's plays. That means plays written by Shakespeare. A mother's love. Love shown by mother. Ashoka's school. School where Ashoka goes. So, in this way, we are seeing with this apostrophe sign, we are showing possession, and that is authorship, and that is origin and kind. Use of the possessive. Where do we use the possessive noun? It is used with the names of living things. Very important to know. We use possessive noun only with the living things. Example, the lion's mane. Whose mane? The lion's mane. Lion is a living thing, living animal. With the inanimate thing, we do not use possessive. Example, the cover of the book. We don't say the book's cover. So, leg of the chair. We don't say chair's leg. So, in this way, we see with the inanimate thing, we don't use this possessive noun, possessive case of the noun, and we don't use this apostrophe sign. With the living things only, we do it. Second, it is used with the names of attributive or personified things. What are the attributive nouns? Those objects, those things which we have given a living state. So, that kind of noun or thing and object is called attributive or personified things. For example, India's hero. India is our country. So, we have given life to the word India. So, we can say India's heroes. Nature's laws. Nature, we always say nature, address nature as she. So, nature's laws. Third rule is, it is used with nouns denoting time, space or weight. For example, a day's march, a stone's throw, a pound's weight. A day's march, a march that will take your whole day. Stone's throw, my house is at a stone's throw, that shows distance. And pound's weight, that is pound's weight, weight of pound. Now, the possessive of a proper name or a noun denoting a trade, profession or relationship may be used to denote a building or place of business. So, with the apostrophe sign, with the possessiveness, we can show it also. For example, she has gone to the baker's. Now, this is full stop. That means she has gone to the baker's shop. Tonight, I am dining at my uncle's. That means tonight, I am dining at my uncle's home. So, you are saying the possessive of a proper name or of a noun denoting a trade, profession or relationship. Relationship, uncle, your trade, that is the baker's shop, and may be used to denote a building or place of business. Now, use of apostrophe. So, you have seen how the possessive case is used. Now, sign, apostrophe sign, that is a punctuation mark, how this is used. There are 4 ways to use the apostrophe to show ownership or belonging. First, add apostrophe s, this s, to the end of a singular noun that does not end with s. So, you will have to use the apostrophe sign and s to the word that does not end with s. For example, the manager's car. Here you are not saying s because This is a singular. Manager is a singular person. So we are seeing no S. In the plural we find the managers. S is there. Here it's a singular. So we have used the apostrophe, then S. The car belongs to the manager. The king's crown. Whose crown is that? It is the crown of a king. So king is singular. Apostrophe S is here. We have used. Second, add apostrophe to the end of a singular noun even if it ends in S. Singular noun though it ends in S. This practice it varies in some places, but example, for goodness sake. See, goodness S is here. So apostrophe will be just after the S to the end of the singular noun. For Jesus' sake, see Jesus S is here. So with the apostrophe we have written for the sake of Jesus, for the sake of goodness. Right? You help me for the sake of goodness, for goodness sake. Now, add apostrophe to the end of a plural noun that does not end in S. We know that all the plural nouns mostly end with S. Boys, girls, cows, buffaloes. But here it's saying there are plurals where S is not there. There also we can use apostrophe. For example, children's bag, men's club. See, men, this is plural. Children, this is plural. So we can use apostrophes to plural also. Add apostrophe S to the end of a plural noun that ends in S. So there are many words in plural that ends in S also. For example, boys' school. Here after the boys we are using apostrophe. Whose school is this? That is boys' school. Girls are not allowed. Horses' tails. So many horses are here and their tails. Now, possessive pronouns like yours, his, hers, ours, its and theirs are not followed by the apostrophe. Whose car is this? His car is on sale. Now, we haven't written apostrophe S. Now, the bag, ours, the problem belongs to ours. Okay? In this way, we are not using apostrophe S. Now, we will move to gender. What is gender? There are three types of gender that we have: masculine, feminine and neuter. So, we will see one more type of here. So, there are four types of genders we will see here. First, go to the masculine gender. A noun is said to be in the masculine gender if it refers to a male character or member of a species. Well, from the name itself, we can understand it's a masculine gender. It belongs to only men, male. For example, man, lion, hero, boy, king, horse and actor are nouns of masculine gender. Feminine gender. A noun is said to be in the feminine gender if it refers to a female member of the species. For example, women, lioness, heroine, girl, mare, niece, empress, cow and actress. These are the feminine gender. Then there is a common gender. A noun is said to be in common gender if it refers to a member of species which can be a male or a female. For example, child. When child is there, what we say? When child is there, what we say? Child is sleeping. If it's a baby, boy or girl, it's a common gender. Child is sleeping. Student, boy or girl, both are student. Friend, boy or girl, friend. Then applicant, boy or girl, can be men or women, can be applicant. Candidate, servant, member, parliamentarian and leader are few of the common gender nouns. Then comes the neuter gender. What is that? A noun is said to be in the neuter gender if it refers to a member of a species which is neither a male nor a female. For example, the noun referring to lifeless objects are a neuter noun because they are neither male nor female. Now all the lifeless objects, now we can say chair, table, star, tree, mountain, street. You can see, ma'am, trees, so we say tree has life, it grows. In science we have read it. But we say for tree, the pronoun that we use for tree is it. And it is always used for the neuter gender. For neuter gender we use it. So tree comes under that. Star, mountain, street, book, car, school, paper, pencil and computer are few of the neuter gender. Now you see lion, lioness, this is male, this is female, masculine, feminine, fox, masculine, vixen, feminine, boy, girl, masculine and feminine. So there is a list of masculine and feminine genders. List is there in the grammar book. You will have to go through it. All the neuter gender, common gender, masculine and feminine. There is a list of all these nouns. So learn it, understand it, because with male the pronoun we use he, him, his, and for female we use her, she. So it's very important to know which noun is feminine and which noun is masculine. So it will help you to write correctly the English sentences and it will increase your vocabulary also. So here we have learned the 4 types of gender, the possessive case, and we have learned use of apostrophe also. So in this class, just as I have said you, we have learned all the genders. We have learned the use of apostrophes and possessive. So you need to practice it. Apostrophes, belonging, ownership, kind, origin. You will have to practice it again and again. And when you read a chapter, just you find the apostrophe sign. And this apostrophe sign, if you find, you can understand this is a possessive case of noun. In this class, till here, I'll stop and you revise whatever I have taught you. In the next class, I will teach you some more grammatical rules and some more grammatical practices we will do together. Thank you.